Oh. Let's see if I can get my chat back. Let me see. Select live sources for sure. This is good. That's good. Got that live source up. All right, we're back on the stream. That's good. Should probably change this. That's good. Perfect. Reset that. Awesome work. That's good. Awesome work. Get this all set up. Hey, Elvin girl, welcome back. Let's see. Need to get a thumbnail going. There we go. Perfect. Earn. No claims here. Setting up stream is always fun. I've been making content for so long. We're just chilling. We're just chilling now. We're just chilling. I've been making content for so long that I think that my brain's melted into just being pure content. I'm not as I'm like a Kai Cenat content brain kind of person. I'm really just every time I think about it about Jenna Ortega looking like Ariana Grande, I don't want to comment on her yet. I might make a video about Hollywood in totality and the stringent restrictions it places on female bodies. I might do that on my side channel because I don't want my main channel to be evergreen commentary. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would like my main channel to be evergreen commentary, if I could be so bold to say. So I'm trying to transition my channel into being evergreen social commentary. You know what I mean? Come back, the clock is still ticking. Yeah. What's up, Atelio Blue? How's it again? I wish for my main channel to be evergreen commentary. So if I could be so bold to say if I'm allowed to do that, so I'd like that more than anything. If I could have that, I'd be very happy. That'd be good for me. So that's more so what I'm looking for. Jenna is sub 5 feet and skinny. Yeah, Jenna Ortega is very tiny. Very tiny person. Boom. Not messed up. That boy's about to get cooked. That's like a one tap. Yep. What do we get? Larry Downhorn. Perfect work. Celestial Gift. Gold Sword. Perfect. So she is very small. She's very small as a human being, so just seeing how small she is a very important thing too. She's just small. So I kind of don't want to comment on Jenna Ortega because it just might be a fact of the matter she's skinny. And also, it is still, a lot of people still consider skinny to be wild attractive still. So that might be a thing. Doing great, brother. How are you? So being skinny is still wild attractive. Like, for a lot of people, being skinny is wild attractive. Because it is good to be a healthy weight to have some meat in your bones. But with the stringent worth ethic of Hollywood and how much more demanding it is crazy. How tall are you? My opinion of when you will change. I'm 5'6". 5'6". 5'6". I'm 165 pounds. And I'm 5'6". Actually, I'm 167 now. 167. Because I've been working out a bit more. A lot more muscle on me now. So I'm 5'6". When people meet me in real life, they're really confused about how short I am. Would you ever make a video about people watch gore and psychology around that? Maybe. Maybe. Live Leak is getting a bit more strange about that. I might make a video about the psychology of gore content. So that I might make a video about that. Growing boy, love to see it. I am a growing boy. Hopefully I'll reach 5'8" one day. That'd be fantastic. I actually enjoy being short because I'm much less of a threat because I'm short. I've gotten away with a lot more in my life because I am a shorter person, and that helps. What do you see in this game that makes it fun? Is the lore characters or the whole game itself? I believe the whole game itself makes this a much more enjoyable experience for me. I'm not really thinking when I'm playing the game, and I can talk to chat while I'm playing. It's very mindless for me, so I like talking to chat and like speaking to you guys, and while I'm playing, I'm not really focusing too deeply on a lot of the stuff going on in the game. Very mindless. For instance, if I tackle this tree and chop it, I can just chop the tree, and it's very nice. See that? Boom. Sweet spots immediately. And then, boom, I get this. Boom. It's very nice. Feels good. Feels good. And I got into the party member. It was very good. There are a lot of people that, from what I've grasped, will say that I'm less of a person because I'm shorter. And it's very interesting to see. It's very interesting. Claire's back. So, how? I don't know. Because you gotta understand, right? You gotta understand. You may be in a lot of progressive groups, right? Your friend group may be a lot of progressives. They might even be online. You might have a lot of friends who share your similar mindset. But you also have to remember, and this is very important, you have to remember that other people exist. And they do not share your progressive mindset. They don't share that. There are people, most people on earth do not like gay people. Please remember that. You have to remember, outside of this community, most people on earth do not like gay people. You know what I mean? So you have to remember those things about existing in life, and that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Most people don't like gay people. Most people hate gay people. Most people are Christians and genuinely despise gay people. Remember that. You have to. That's a very important thing. And that's, when I say that, people act like I'm speaking gibberish. They're like, that's not true. I know a bunch of people that like gay people. You know a bunch of people that like gay people. I know a bunch of people that despise gay people. And that is a real reality. And people can't come out to their parents because they will be kicked out of their house and they will be ostracized and they will lose a lot of their life. It will destroy them mentally. It is not fun, ha ha he he, to be trans or gay. It's homophobia. It is insane. It is an insane thing, and it always stems back to kids or religion. It's whatever reason of the week, whatever the reason is. It's always a reason of the week. Oh, it's kids. It's this. It's that. When in reality, it's people wanting to be their most true, authentic self. And I think it's because we've allowed the private parts of the world, the private parts of whatever they may be, we've allowed the private parts of the world to be public opinion now. You're told if you want water in a mocking manner, and that turned you off to watching any gore content. And that's fair. It's a very sickening and psychotic thing to witness. Very sick, very sickening and gross psychotic thing. Do you sometimes have to climb up the shelves? Because I do when I'm shorter than you. A lot of my things are lower to the ground in this household, so I'm not really a shelf climber. A lot of things are lower to the ground in this household, so very thankfully, I don't have to climb a lot of shelves, so. This endless fire, but what is this? This is Fantasy Life I, the witch time of some sort or something like that. No one needs to think less of me. I already do that myself. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. What I find horrifying is because I'm an online presence, there's a lot of people admitting they're in love with me. Maybe to recommend Cruelty Squad banner game. I don't know what Cruelty Squad is. There's a lot of people that often, for some reason, I feel they're giants. But I have to play, so it just seems strange that there are a lot of people that, at least in my life, are weirdly obsessed with height and all this other stuff. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird, but I think that's people. I think that's humans as an overall thing. I think that's just people as an overall thing. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I wish I could say I hated it, but I don't, because it's so authentically human. It's so authentically human to have a deep-seated, wild, unnecessary cruelty to them. I think I love that about people. Their cruelty. I love cruelty. I love the cruelty of humans. Cruelty Squad is like Hitman meets Quake meets... It's awesome. That sounds crazy. I don't know if I'm that big into, I guess, that variety of game, but it does sound interesting for sure. He's giving the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you are. Most people are not accepting. Most people are not accepting. I hate to say it that way. Most people are bigoted and evil and messed up and vitriolic. Most people on Earth are very evil. I wish I could phrase it better than that. And you would think... Well, you gotta understand this, right? If you meet a person face to face, they're accepting. If you meet someone online, they're more than likely going to be evil because you don't know the person online. You know? What was the thing you think makes life beautiful? Cruelty. I think cruelty makes life beautiful to me. I love the cruelty of humans because it almost feels... It's cathartic to be unabashedly evil. It's almost cathartic. Priest brother, appreciate you, Kai. Think have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. I think it's almost cathartic to be unabashedly, ridiculously evil. Because I think most people want to be evil. So a lot of people idolize villains. A large part of people idolize villains because they want the freedom to be evil without consequence. Most people, like, that's why people say we should have a purge. People want to be cruel, but they can't be cruel in society. It's like this. Nobody wants to return a shopping cart. Nobody really wants to return a shopping cart, but they do it because they want to think of the next person. And it's a comforting thought to think that most people love being kind. And I think most people love being kind because they want kindness back to them. A lot of people are just cruel. And they would like to be cruel because they want power. A lot of people want to have power and authority because they want to see what it feels like. They don't want most people don't want rules. Won't return cards. I never said I would return cards. I said I don't like returning cards. You misheard me. But that's okay. If you want to unsub, that's fine. But it's most people don't want to return cards because they would rather not. You know? I'm hetero, but I have common sense, full disclosure. Fair. Hello, Jackalow. How's it hanging? I think that's people. That's just people, though. Unfortunately, people want a Mad Max where I'm so good. People want insanity until they meet insanity. It's the fantasy of insanity that people are obsessed with. This fantasy that, oh, I want the goth girl. I want the sexy goth girl that's crazy. I want the BPD girly. Then you get the BPD girly, and she has BPD. And you say, ah, dang, she has BPD. This is nuts. I should probably make a video about that. But and then you say, ah, that's disgusting. Which way fantasy? Let's say again, it's based on Yokai Light Blaster shortcut level 5. I think so. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Attraction objectively. Well, I say as a BPD girly. That's that. People say, oh, she's not gonna leave because she has attachment issues. No, she might leave. Because she's scared of you leaving. She might leave a lot of times because she's scared of you leaving. See, people don't understand what BPD or bipolar is. They don't understand borderline or bipolar because they have a fantasy of mental illness. They have this is the fantasy they're in love with. They're not in love with the person. They're in love with the idea of the person. They're in love with the concept. Obsession is a great movie to talk about this too. Because Obsession does this thing where Bear fell in love with the idea of the person, but actually getting a version of a person that he thought he wanted. It's crazy. It's disgusting. Ready to share the pain of others' lives. It's true. It's true. People are... I think most people, and I hate to say this, most people are very selfish. And everybody can't be selfish, though. Everybody can't be selfish. I don't mind spoilers, but I'll watch that shit. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Obsession is probably exactly what you think obsession is. Some gotta be helpers. Yeah, some people gotta be helpers. I love people that are helpers. I think we need... I have a friend. And he really, 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 really wants to be a content creator. And today we were talking, and I said, you don't have what it takes to be a content creator. And he said, yes, I do. I said, what do you want to create? He said, I want to create. I said, what do you want to create? He said, I think that I can be understanding if I create something. I said, that's cute. What do you wish to create, and what are you creating that is important to the world? And he said, I don't know yet. I said, if you have to question it, then you're probably not cut out for this content creation stuff, because I think you want what content creation is, but you don't want the stress of content creation. And I asked him, did he have a job? And he said, no, I don't have a job yet. I said, interesting. How did Cyril's TV start? That's a great question. So I have always been this. I've always been this. He's not good at understanding people, by the way. I have always been this. I started making videos because I'll explain it like this. And I'm going to stop reading chat so I can explain this for a moment. I was minding my black business. And I was talking to one of my friends. And I was talking to him about my childhood. And he said, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I said, really? I was talking about how I used to kill bats in my basement, and then I would string up the bats, and I would debone the bats, and I would make jewelry out of the bones from the bats in the basement that I killed. And he said, that's nuts. I said, is it? Doesn't everybody have bats? He said, no. I didn't even know we had bats in Michigan. I said, bats are everywhere. They're always around. And I was talking to my other friend, and I was talking about how I used to go down to the casino, and I would antagonize old men, and I would dress up like a woman. I would be in drag, and I would trick old men into giving me money because they were obsessed with me and they wanted me to dominate them. And I said, I used to do that. He said, what? That's crazy. And I'll tell people about how I used to live. And everybody was saying, you live crazy. I've never heard this. I hadn't realized that the people I hung around regularly, before I didn't hang out with white people, by the way, the people I hung around regularly were just as insane as me. So my issue was that my baseline requirement for understanding people was the peak of insanity. And then I started hanging out with regular people, and I discovered regular people, and regular people thought that I was wildly entertaining. And I said, oh, I should probably talk about this on the internet. The first video about my real life that I posted on this channel got 1 million views. It was how I got Bloods and Chris to play D&D. And at that moment, I understood that my life probably wasn't regular. I thought I was normal. I thought my life was really basic. So I was like, yeah, my life's regular. I think everybody does this. So upon discovering that my life was really, really not basic, I started to just start talking about my life. Then I started giving my opinions. And I had discovered that people thought I was trolling or lying on the internet about my opinions, about how I was feeling. You're just doing it to rage bait. I genuinely believe the things that I say. And people are confused by that. And I was so brazen and unabashed in everything that I said. Even if I was wildly wrong, I was so brazen in my incorrectness that I garnered a following because of that. And people are not brazen enough to be incorrect. And then what really got people to stick around was that I started admitting that I was wrong. And they said, oh, you're admitting you're wrong? Yes. I was wrong. I was 100% incorrect. Why would you think I would double down about being incorrect? And then people started to stick around more because they said, oh, oh, okay, never mind. You want to grow? Yeah. I didn't think people on the internet could grow. And so when the first time I admitted I was wrong on the internet was I gained 50,000 subscribers overnight. The first time I admitted I was wrong on the internet. And people were so confused about me admitting I was wrong. I forgot what I was wrong about. I forgot the exact thing. I just admitted that I was wrong. I think it was about some opinion I had about they, them. How I thought it was stupid. And they were like, you're actually trying to grow. I've never seen this before. People on the internet always want to be right. No, I want to grow. I'd like to grow. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. So that's what I did. That's what I did. And Saros TV, that's my name. My name is Saros, by the way. That's my birth name. So Saros TV started because whatever is on this channel is television to me. It's my life. I hope I entertain you. I will spend, and this is my mindset behind the channel, and I want to express this to you because I really don't want you to guys get confused by this. I will spend my entire life trying to entertain people who will never be satisfied, and I will laugh. I want to say this again. I will spend my entire life trying to entertain people who will never be satisfied, and I will laugh. And that is my mindset behind content creation. Because I know I will never satisfy you people with entertainment. I know there will be better content creators. I am aware of that. I know what it is. I know what you are. I get it. So I know that. And this is Fantasy Life. The witch who steals time, I believe. Some of that variety. So I know I won't. So I think that if you don't go into content creation with the mindset that you will never fully entertain people, you may actually ruin your mind. List off your 6 channels for me. I have just Seros. I have Seros Plays. I have Seros Side Thoughts in this channel. Those are all my channels. There's no other channels besides those. Those are all my channels. I have 3 other channels. I am Truman from The Truman Show. No problem. People who like you will find your content in the end. 100%. People who like me will find my content. And I can only hope that that is what I get out of this life. That people who like my content will find my content. That is my goal in life. Is that people who like my content will find my content, will find my content. And that is the goal of this entire thing. Thank you for following me, Junto Haven. I fear that people are scared to fail a lot with content creation. They're just horrified to just mess up. Like, oh, what if I mess up? Yeah, but what if you do great? Have you considered if you do amazing? Nobody considers if they succeed. So I made a new channel, and this is really cool. I made a new channel called Just Seros, right? Where I don't edit anything. I don't edit my videos or anything like that, right? I just don't do that. And I wanted to see how far I could get. In like 3 days, I'm at near 1,000 subs, and I'm almost at my watch time requirement for getting monetized. And I think it's because of the way I give my opinions and the topical things that I talk about. It is not incredibly difficult to at least make a commentary channel, but it is difficult to make content. And I think when you get to the mindset that it is very difficult to make content, and you understand the difficulty behind actually uploading, you need to get to a point in life where you are comfortable making all forms of content forever. You need to get comfortable enough to fail over and over again. Because when I first was making thumbnails, they were trash. They're garbage. They just sucked ass. So I got better. Thank you for saying you love the offense. I feel like anything, especially a simple person me. I think what happened with the advent of participation trophies. Thank you for saying hello again. I think what happened with the advent of participation trophies is that people got horrified of losing a small portion of their lives. They got terrified of failing. And what scares me a lot of the time is that nobody knows how to fail anymore. Nobody can say, I am terrified of failing, but I will fail. And I wish people would look at failure not as a moment to fail, but as an opportunity to learn. And I think we've lost the opportunity to learn. You playing Nintendo? I'm actually on my computer right now. It looks like a Nintendo game, don't it? You dramatize your feeling that you can say you keep trying to entertain people without actually saying they'll never be satisfied. Like, that's an epic thing. 100%. 100%. 100%. It's fun. You think people are born evil even if they're raised normally, have no mentor, person disorder, or antisocial? I think you would need a personality disorder to be wildly evil, because I think empathy is a natural reaction to the world. I think empathy is very normal. I think the unnormal thing is to have no empathy. The unnormal thing is to have no empathy. This is going to sound crazy. I've described this before. I am naturally apathetic. I'm wildly apathetic towards everything. I have basically negative empathy in this world. I only find satisfaction out of things that bring great misery and harm to others. I work really hard to be as kind as possible, not as nice as humanly possible, as kind as I can to everybody that I meet. And I'm always unnaturally kind to everybody, and I'm understanding, and I'm loving to everybody that I meet, and I want to understand people. But it takes an especially hard effort to do so. I didn't see Odyssey yet. It takes an especially hard effort for me to do so. And that's because I have something wrong with me mentally. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm very antisocial, but I am very charismatic. And I force myself to be charismatic. A lot of the stuff I'm doing is what my brother would do. And I'm copying his personality a lot because he is very charismatic. So that's what it is. To an extent. To be cruel, I'm not sure. I don't think it's a survival mechanism for me to be cruel. Ever since I was younger, I've been wildly cruel, and I've enjoyed it. It's been nice. Hey, fellow mimic. It has been wildly satisfying for me to be wildly cruel. And it is a horrifying thing to admit, but it's a thing I need to admit in therapy. to grow as a person. So it's something I've admitted in therapy to grow, because it's very important. I've worked with my therapist a lot to get out of this mindset. And people hate when they hear it, like, you're just a psychopath. You deserve nothing. And that's fair. And I don't hate you for hating me because of that. You and CJ? Yeah. Yeah, we love, oh my god, we love being wildly vicious to each other. It's fun. It's fun. That's just it. That's just how we are as humans. The personality in BD, psychopaths are usually funny, charismatic. Yeah. That's just how we are as people. That's just how we've been. Sucks to suck, though. Sucks to suck. Explaining this to people is very difficult a lot of time. You don't have to copy. I think some of your best videos are being vulnerable with what's in your heart. That is also me copying my brother. I hate to phrase it that way, but everything you see, every great thing you see me do, but I am like 10% of what my brother is. If I voiced my mind inside of my neutral thoughts, I'd have a much different audience, I think. I might only have schizos. My sister's Orla, bipolar, schizo, paranoia, but didn't want to dice anything, which I like. For the sentences. But I'm very forgiving, help people in their worst days. That's good. That's good. I wouldn't know as much as being possible. So this is gonna sound really crazy and a little bit odd. Every morning when I wake up, I practice my facial expressions for about 30 minutes, so I don't seem like a psychopath. I have been doing this for the past 12 years. I just practice my facial expressions. And it sucks because I'll tell people this and they'll use this against me all the time. They'll say, he's crazy. He's nuts. You can't trust the thing he said. He's just a psychopath. I'm trying to grow as a person. I want to be a better person. And I'm on the internet. Sadly, I have a following and people can see everything that I do. But there are people that exist like this. And I practice my facial expressions so I don't appear as a psychopath. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I think I'm horribly mentally ill. I'm horribly mentally ill. And people they demonize mental illness a lot. Like a lot. That's normal, my guy. I don't think every day for 30 minutes is a normal thing to do. I don't think that's a normal thing. I think Sai from Naruto. I don't want to be compared to Sai. I hate Sai. Billy shirt wearing weirdo. Hate Sai. He's a weirdo. But I think that's just it. Do you enjoy being apathetic? And also a question. How do you accept failure even though it's hopeless even though you keep pushing forward? It's gonna sound crazy and narcissistic as hell. I'm gonna sound narcissistic because it's gonna sound narcissistic when I say this. I'm perfect. Everything I do is a gift on this earth. Even when I fail, it's a moment to grow. I think that when I say I'm perfect, I mean that today I am the best version I could possibly be of myself, right? This is gonna sound wild ego trip, just hear me out. And tomorrow when I wake up, I'm gonna be even better than perfect. So I'm gonna supersede my perfect. And then the next day, I'm gonna be even greater than perfection because I will have defeated perfection. And I'll be even greater than that. And I'm going to keep going until I become the greatest version of me of all time. Every time I fail, I am only adding to the layers and texture of greatness that I am. Is how I feel. You see what I mean? Sephiroth type shit. It sounds crazy to phrase it that way. It sounds a wild ego trip, but that's the self-love I have for myself. Do you think people are trying their mortality to media TV? Yes. Yeah. We grew up with a lot of heroes. Here's the issue, right? People find more relatability in a lot of fictional characters, right? A lot of fictional characters they find a lot of relatability in. So what happens with a lot of people is they become obsessed with these redemption arcs and stories. So a lot of people forget that humans are nuanced. Because they want the redemption arc from people. People forget that humans are nuanced creatures. So, a lot of the time, people hold people to impossible moral standards. Because they think that humans have to have impossible moral standards. Because we're looking at a lot of people from the outside in. We can't accurately assess people anymore. Because people are actively thinking that everybody should know everything about everything. And because one person messes up on the internet, they think they're forever evil. Think of, we've never had to grow up on the internet before. Now everything's documented. It's very sad to see. It's very sad. And because we grew up with a lot of shows and media and we are on the internet more too often than not, we are taking a lot of our morality from heroes, and humans are not heroes. Humans are not heroes. We are not heroes at all. We just aren't heroes. We are people. And people forget that. People forget that we are people. I don't think people want to believe we're people, though. Which sucks. That's horrifying. And there's billions of us. I just need a trans baddie for real. Do you specifically want a trans baddie, or are you okay with dating somebody who you will love that and they don't have to be trans? Because by saying you want a trans baddie, you are fetishizing them in a slight way by stating your preference of wanting them because they are trans, which is fetishization in some way. So I ask you, what I ask you that is that what it is? You Devil's Lettuce 4 times, but I quit months and moved. I've never done a drug in my life, actually. But I've learned that no one is perfect. I'm Gen Z, and I'm where it's supposed to be in. I'm okay with anything. That's good. That's amazing. If you'd like a trans baddie, that's fine with you. I'm happy you're okay with everything. With everything feminine? Okay, that's good. Anything feminine, that's a great way to look at it. I like that. Anything feminine, that's a great way to look at it. I was talking to a trans person, and they made a pretty interesting argument about how, and I think about this a lot. I think about this a lot. How conservatives like trans women more because they're better at performing femininity than women. Because they're literally performing femininity because they're actively having to perform femininity. And I think that's a very interesting point to bring up. Very interesting point. With someone for any token of service, like they got a mask. Yeah, they do got a mask. They don't want to get fired. That's a very important thing. They do got a mask a lot. Very big thing. Propaganda, copaganda. I found a life size reporting online. There's a life size of, I think, most of the first generation of Pokemon and Lopunny. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. I don't, you know what's crazy? I'll make a video on Gooners soon enough, but I don't hate Gooners. I don't hate Gooners. I don't hate them. I don't. It's an interesting reaction to the loneliness epidemic. It's an interesting reaction to the loneliness epidemic, I think. Because people are disgustingly lonely. And they need a way to deal with that loneliness. And a lot of people have addictions to promiscuity. I think it gets really bad, but I think it is... I think it is the natural endpoint of having an infinite amount of porn. Like, we literally have an infinite amount of porn. It is a natural endpoint. It's why cheating is so prevalent nowadays. Is because we have an infinite amount of people that we can possibly parse through, and cheating is getting normalized because we have an infinite amount of people to parse through. It's really strange. There's no laws against Pokemon, Batman. At least try some. You have to at least try some drug. I have never tried a drug in my life. I have never once tried a single drug in my life, ever. I've never once in my life tried a single drug. Not once, ever. I'm 30 years old and I've never once tried a drug. I'm schizoaffective. When I discovered I was schizoaffective, then I didn't want to do anything. I was like, I need to deal with this. My brain is gonna get destroyed. An alternate life arc where I didn't become a grotesque poly drug addict, but where do we draw a line with what gets where do we draw a line we classify as a drug? I think anything that could detrimentally destroy the essence of your life would be a drug that is too much. And more separated, where there's no sense of community. Also, there's no sense of community online. In person, I ride my bike a lot. I have a motorized bike. I ride my bike a lot. I talk to people all day. I feel great with everybody. Never again. Smart. I can tell you're not lying. I never would have done that. I've never done it in my life. I've been a lone wolf. The reason a lot of conservative men don't talk about trans men is simply because trans men aren't people to conservatives. Trans men are easier sex. Is the best way, and it sucks to phrase it that way. It does suck to phrase it that way. I hate to phrase it that way, but trans men to a lot of conservative men is just easier sex. That's it. That's what a lot of trans if you go on Grindr and you go to the trans men section, it is like child's play for conservative men. It is just Grindr is just a hell haven for trans people, I think. If I could be so bold to say, Grindr is just a hell haven for trans people. That's all it is. It just sucks. It just sucks. Grindr has opened my eyes to a lot of the disgust. If you like men, go to Grindr, and if you still like men after Grindr, more power to you. If you still like men after Grindr, more power to you. That's how I feel. I love men. I do love men. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love men because I know what men are. So if you still like men after Grindr, more power to you. Like, that's how I feel. Thanks so much. I'm never having sex with a conservative man. That's cool. That's great. That's great. What's crazy is that it's hard, especially online dating. It is very hard to tell somebody's political alignment online, like dating wise. It's very hard because you can lie about that easily. You can lie about that easily. I can fix all of them. Lovely mindset. Love to hear it. Very detrimental to your brain and damaging, but hey, if you believe in it. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and get scrapping. Boom. Wait, what are men? That's like asking what are women. In a gender society standpoint, a man would be a construct of a man, which would be masculinity in totality, which would be the stereotypical gender norms of being a man. If you're talking about what is a male, biologically, it is like a male is somebody with a penis. I don't know what to tell you. That would be a male that has the specific chromosomes of a male, that has naturally occurring testosterone over estrogen. If you're doing like scientific base, it would have the specific pelvic structure that is not wider hipped in order, because women have wider hips in order to facilitate childbirth. If you're going scientific with it, I'm a human science major, so whenever I talk about human sciences, a lot of people get really pissed when I talk about human sciences. I don't know why people are mad about that. I went to school for so long to learn human sciences. It's very important to me. I feel like people hate when I talk about it. He was a big butt. I'm very passionate about human sciences because I remember I was hanging out with my friend, and he had said, "Man, why do all these older conservative men have big bellies but not big thighs?" And I said the reason why a lot of men get big stomachs is because men store fat in their abdominal region, and like women store fat in their, well, females more so store fat, like males store fat in their stomach area. Females store fat in their thighs. That's genuinely a thing. That's science. I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're more doing that. Like beer gut. Politics with her. It's fair. It's fair. People don't realize how screwed politics is right now because we've almost entered idiocracy. We have almost entered idiocracy, and it's getting wildly horrifying. It's getting wild horrifying. It's getting mad horrifying. On a realistic note, it is getting scarier. As we get deeper into politics, it is getting scarier to do so. I wish people would take politics significantly more serious. That'd be awesome. But I don't think people want to do that. I don't think people have the gall to take politics more serious. All this protect the children stuff. It's a good excuse. That and Christianity are good excuses to do hate campaigns. Vegging out. What does vegging out mean? Is that when you do drugs or something? Or like weed? I think it's weed. It's a weed term. I'm stupid. A king watches from his porcelain throne. Ho, ho. This is a pretty chill chat today. I like this. I'd like to do more of this. Just chats like this. I feel like if I do more streams like this, I'll be happy. That was a quest you completed? Oh. Shout out to Legendary Veggie being here. Lovely to see. Legendary level 70 King Spud. Jesus Christ. I don't think I'm strong enough for this. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not strong enough for this at all. Can we get like some people over here? Jesus Christ, W Legend. He's a big unit. I love this game. I'm hoping you guys are seeing why I love this game and why it's so phenomenal to me. I'm getting a lot of traction on my side channel over the billionaire video. It's really nuts. I'm really happy about that. Just been relaxing. I think it's either relaxing or having to do some form of nonsense with something else with weed and some variety, I believe. This game looks fun. It's very fun. I'm having a great time. Having a great time with the game. Is it on Switch 2? This game is on every system. I want to point this out. It looks like a Switch 2 game. It is on every system. This game is actively on every system. You don't have to get it on Switch 2. It is everywhere. It's like Power World meets Minecraft. That's a good way to phrase it. This game stealth dropped like crazy. Like, you have to be in the community of Fantasy Life to know the game dropped. It was. I'm surprised that many people weren't playing this game. I was very shocked. I was like, wow, nobody's playing this. It's very interesting. Happy Dungeons. I loved Happy Wars and Happy Dungeons. I was ranked 3 in the world on Happy Wars and Happy Dungeon. Same with Ascend Hand of Cool. I had it on Xbox 360. It was that. I played that, the Dishwasher Vampire Slayer, Ascend Hand of Cool. I played a lot of those games. I was very high ranked in those games. I would play those all day. I was very high ranked. I was 3rd in the world at Happy Wars and Happy Dungeons. Happy Dungeons got shut down, which sucked. It was I think that was a spin-off of Happy Wars. It was really good, really good. It was like a roguelike version of Happy Wars. Very fun game, very fun game. Very similar to the big-headedness of what this was. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. So, there's a lot of games. Like, there's a game called Rumble Fighter. I still play Rumble Fighter to this day. And if anybody wants to get me any birthday gifts, my birthday's coming up, I would like gift cards to Rumble Fighter so I can buy more arts to fight in the game. If anybody's feeling generous. If anybody's feeling froggy and want me to jump. I'm all fat and thighs, so I have to rerun. Like, what did I join? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Was Rumble Fighter? Yeah, Rumble Fighter's still alive. It's still around. You can still play Rumble Fighter. You can still play. I have 17 fighting styles of Rumble Fighter. I had saved up a lot of coins to get Sanji's fighting style called Red Leg. Really fun. Really fun. You ever play Lost Saga? Yeah, I play Lost Saga. I played Maple Story and Lost Saga. I played Maple Story. I'm playing Maple Story right now, but when's your birthday? My birthday is in 17 days. It is August 29th. I was born 1996, August 29th. I was born. Michael Jackson's birthday is my birthday. So, if you're curious about when my birthday is, I'm a Virgo. Yes, I am indeed a Virgo. Oh, that is what I am. Boom. September 2nd? My guy's birthday is August 29th. Unk? I am Unk. Yeah, I am Unk. I'm about to be 30 this year. About to be 30. Yeah, now it's completely impossible to play. Stop killing games. It is impossible to play. There's actively no way to play it. I can play Real Steel. I play a lot of Real Steel online. There's a huge 400 community thing for Real Steel on the Xbox game, like 400 people. I'm not that good against that. Those people dedicate their lives to that. They're good. Boom. Got it. Excellent. Am I doing life challenges? I think I'm doing life challenges. I got Cherry Tree Master, cutting down trees. Let me see. If I can find, I guess I can get some sugar logs. Godly Swing. That's just that. Sugar nuts, elder log, sugar tree. There's no sugar trees around here, I don't think. Let me see here. What's over here? I got a lot of that stuff done. Become a gem expert. That's pretty cool. Haven't got a lot of that there. What's farmer looking like? So you want pumpkins? Awesome. My eye. My knee. Beetle hunt. Big beetle. I haven't done a lot of stuff. Did you play Def Jam? We did. You missed it, and I hate to say this for you. You missed. We did a whole playthrough of Def Jam on my channel, man. We named him Little, and we went crazy. We did a no-hit run on this show. We did a no-hit run a while back. It was on the PS2 emulator. We had a HD upgrade mod. We played as Little. We had 4 styles. We were trying to copy Henry Rollins, but we couldn't. It was really fun. It was really, really fun. And we did parsecs. We did a little tournament. Nobody beat me. It was really depressing. We had this guy who was a former Blood. And he got in the VC with me. And he was talking about how he used to do hood stuff back in the day. And we had a very fun conversation about doing gang stuff. And he said, if y'all ever question if Cyril's in the hood, a real Blood, no, he was a real Crip, man. This is real. And it was really fun. It was a really fun stream. It was really fun. He was a cool guy. He said, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? And we were talking about things that only Crips and Bloods went. It was really fun. It was really fun. He said, "Man, you know about the copper trade? You know about copper trade? We know about the copper trade, man. We used to do copper trades." I was like, "You was doing copper trades?" It was very vitriolic. I loved it. I lost a few subscribers because they had discovered that I was kind of evil. They were like, "Man, you were really evil." Yeah, I was really evil. Really evil. He was like, "Man, you were kind of messed up, man." And then they're asking me, say, "Do you ever feel bad about the stuff you did?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Man, I can't follow you anymore." Your Dragon Ball. Because I was doing a lot of evil stuff, man. I don't know what to tell people. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Boom, give me that. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I really do hate to say it, but there's a lot of evil stuff going on in my life. I'm not the saintly, perfect person that you all thought I was. I'm sorry. I know you guys wanted me to be good my entire life. I think it's because people look at me and hear my voice, and they say, "Oh, he probably grew up watching Naruto, and our Naruto run through the halls, and he was probably a nerd." Not even close. That is like the exact opposite. It's crazy. I was a bully. I'm probably the reason that a lot of anime fans are pissed at like hood niggas getting into anime now. Cause I would, and this is gonna sound really messed up. I would bully so many anime nerds for Naruto running through the halls and being mad musty. Oh my god, I was just Why do you not feel bad? So, and this is important. This is very important. When I was in the hood, when I was like doing Crip stuff, in GTA, I was doing that to live. I didn't care, and they were trying to take my life. I'm not gonna feel bad because other people were trying to take my life at all. Also, I don't feel bad about bullying the anime nerds that were musty because they should have had better hygiene. I go to anime conventions now, and they still have bad hygiene. So the bullying didn't work. It's disgusting. Like if you go to an anime convention and you stink, stay home. Stay home. You disgust. It's disgusting. I hate it. I smell good. Why can't you? I don't understand. Where's the disconnect? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I feel confused by this statement. And if you've ever been to a Smash Bros. Game, the bullying didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. But the bullying failed. The bullying failed. Bullying is pointless. I think it's a stupid, dumb thing to bully somebody now. But back in the day, I was like, eh. But I don't feel... Guilt is only good for the person feeling guilty, I think. I'm not going to lie about feeling guilty. It seems crazy to lie about why would I do that? For what? You gotta feel remorse in order to truly grow. You do not have to feel remorse. You have to grow. I don't want to be that person anymore. Discord Mars, truly. I don't want to be that person anymore. That's it. That's why I grow. I don't feel remorse or sadness from how I was before. I just don't want to be that person because it's not I don't want to feel shame. I don't like feeling shame. Because what's the use of feeling blue, Steven Universe? What's the use of feeling guilty about it? Think about this, right? What use is guilt to anybody? What use is feeling bad? What does it do? What does it do? It doesn't make me feel good about changing. It makes me feel guilty. It makes me get resentful. I hate to phrase it this way, and it's not everybody, but if I feel guilty, I feel resentful. Like, you want me to be ashamed of myself. I'm not ashamed of myself. It's who I was. It's how I survived. I'm not ashamed of surviving. I refuse to be ashamed of surviving. I don't want to have to survive anymore. I want to thrive. And to thrive, I have to be better. That's it. That's what I need. To thrive, I have to be better. And I will be better. But I don't need guilt weighing me down or shame weighing me down, because you can't shame me into being a better person. There's no universe in which you can shame me into being a better person. I will be a better person. I refuse to feel shame for surviving. I refuse to do that. An excuse to relapse or be mad and get nothing done. It just, It's just goofy. It's That's why I hate when white people are like, I feel so guilty about what my people did. What does that do? What does that do for me? I don't care about your guilt. Your guilt does nothing. Just be a good person. Treat me like a human. Just be a good person. That's it. If you can just be a good person, you've done more than enough. That's it. If you can just be a good person. If you can just be a good person, you've done more than enough. I feel guilty about being racist back in the day. Just don't be racist now. Just don't be racist now. That's it. I call people so many bad things when I was growing up. Okay. Just don't be bad now. Just do better. That's all I ask. I don't need you to feel guilty because you're feeling guilty for yourself. You don't have to feel guilty. It's a worthless emotion to me. It's a worthless emotion. It causes change in a lot of people, and that's amazing. But it also causes just hate and resentment. A lot of people feel wild resentment for that. So I don't want that. How do you stop feeling guilt? Like, do you just get the thought out of your head? Because, like, I struggle with guilt a lot, little things. I think it's impossible for a lot of people to stop feeling guilt because it's a very normal human reaction. It is a very, very, very normal human reaction. It's genuinely impossible to not feel that. That's just what it is. It's part of the process. Me and my girlfriend doing great. Let go of guilt. I think you have to forgive yourself and know that you are a better person now. And what really matters, what kills me, what's going on, Poopy Big Butt Face? What kills me the most is, let's say I had a beef with Mohe's Media recently. Some slight beef. It's under the bridge now. But everybody was like, your apology doesn't mean anything. Mohe's Media accepted my apology. So that's all that matters to me. That's it. Mohe's Media accepted my apology. That's all that matters to me. That's what I feel. That's what it is. And yeah, we're just two black guys trying to do better. So it's pointless and inhibits growth. It does. It really does. It really does. It doesn't do anything for the grand scheme of things. That's some things I have getting my wisdom teeth removed tomorrow. I gotta go soon because I gotta read some. Well, I'm reading to my wife tonight. I think we're reading The Prince of Milk. I think. Either I think we're reading Geometry for Ocelots or The Prince of Milk. I forgot which one we're reading tonight. Or the fifth science. So we're gonna be reading some beautiful stuff tonight. I'm excited to read. Let me tell you, grow my hair out. This batch of hair growth took me. How long did this take me? This was. How many months was this? 6 months. Because I used to have a big red and green blue afro. That was purple, red, green, blue, purple afro. I had all these colors in it. And I cut all that hair out. So that got just kind of out the way there. So took a second. Let me see. Hold up a second. Alchemist, Minor Tome, Mercenary, Ironhound. There it goes. I got our gift. Let's go. She is sending me stuff. This is great. So yeah. But it just says it's adorable. The artist who did the PFP for my regular page did that one too. It's somebody in my Discord. I forgot their name. So yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good on my side channel, which is pretty awesome. I'm very happy to be doing good on my side channel because I will say this. I'll be real with you. I was getting a little bit discouraged for a little bit. For a lot of my videos and stuff, I was getting a little bit discouraged. But it is nice to just have like a side channel do really good. I fear the side channel may supersede the main channel eventually because it's really my centralized fans crowding over there. And I'm very happy about you guys. I'm eventually going to get monetized over there. I'm always going to upload on my main channel once a day. That's just something I'm never going to stop not doing. I'm always going to get that, but that's just what it is. So I love you all. And we had a really good stream. And I'm very happy about this entire stream. We will do this again tomorrow with my brother. He will be here. We'll be playing the game. And I think we're going to... Any Rex and Rose of Philosophy or Fiction. Read The Fifth Science and Geometry for Ocelots and The Prince of Milk. Any book by Exerbia is really good. I'm now going to read to my wife because I promised her I'd do that. And I love you all. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing people and you guys are lovely fans. Thank you guys so much. New video tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I can't hold any more items? Interesting. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And I'm out.